right. Here we go. If you want to use a stick for your prep and check-in, you can do that for a moment here. Just take a minute or two to pause and prepare ourselves, allowing ourselves to remove distractions, preventing us from being invested in the time that we're going to spend moving. And keep your eyes open, or you're welcome to close them. And if you'd like to use your breath to settle yourself in, you can do that. If you want to take a moment to scan your body, you're welcome to try that as well. Just seeing what comes up. Not that you have to give it a lot of attention, but just maybe make note of it. Tuck it away for later if you need to. Just seeing what happens to your patience as you stand quietly. Take one or two more breaths here. After that final breath, if your eyes are closed, you can open them. And we'll begin by walking backwards and forwards slowly and intentionally. And after a step or two, we're just going to gently let our fingers reach down toward the floor, gradually allowing yourself to get a little bit further each time. And finishing the direction you're going in. We'll continue the same process, but we'll create a situation where we're going to exaggerate one leg, so you can take one leg back and reach down to the forward leg, keeping that back foot in contact with the floor. If you want to come into a full single leg balance, you're welcome to do that. However it works best for you. Try to keep that leg as straight as you can. And finish the direction you're moving in. We'll move from forward backward to walking to sidestepping with that same two-leg reach down. So I'm going to take a few steps in one direction sideways and then reach down both legs together. Standing nice and tall as you take your steps. Finishing whatever direction you're moving in. And as we did moving forward and backward, we'll convert to a single leg version of that reach down. Trying to keep that forward leg as straight as you can. Neither using that toe touch or single leg balance to reach down to the floor. And finishing whatever direction you're moving in again. We'll now step in a figure 8 pattern. What I want you to think about is just once you kind of get your rhythm established, then just randomly pause and then change direction. So just going to pick different points of that pattern, pause and change direction. If you want to add a single leg balance to it, you can do that. And adjust your pace, the length of that step. Finish one more revolution around your design. Then come back and stand tall. Pick a leg to balance on, and then the opposite leg, we're just going to swing in an arcing pattern around. So we're trying to stand as tall as we can, not leaning over to accommodate the height of that leg swing. And then seeing how far around you can take it to the front and to the back. One more swing. Then you can put both feet down, shake it loose, and then we'll transition to the other side. One more swing. Both feet down, shake it loose. And then we'll finish with heel and toe rockers. So up as high as you can on your toes. And then onto your heels, pulling those toes up as much as you can, trying to activate the front part of the legs as well as you can to keep yourself from shifting those hips back to accommodate the toe raise. Still breathing. Let's do one more in each direction. And then you can shake everything loose. You will need some handheld weights, a band, which we'll use for our legs today, and then your stick. So why don't you grab those things and then we'll get started. And we will start with the weights. So all we're going to do is a regular split squat. So again, one foot will be forward, the other one is back, but close, and we're just going to drop that back knee down and come up. Okay, so you can decide how wide or narrow you want that foot position to be. We'll start in about 10 seconds here. Starting in 5 seconds. 2, 1, and here we go. Just kind of get a feel for the balance and then slowly challenge how deep you take that squat. Twenty more seconds. Ten left. 3, 2, and 1. Shake that loose. We'll simply switch the foot position and do that again. So again, we're just trying to accommodate one side versus the other, make them equally good. So we'll start in 5 seconds. In 2, 1, here we go. In control on the way down, in control on the way up. Twenty more seconds. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to continue with the handheld weights. We're going to do a twist. You can hold the weights in close, or you can extend the arms out, and then we're going to rotate from there. And this is very active feet. Start in 10 seconds, keeping the weights close or extending them out. In 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. You decide what kind of a pace you want to do the movement. Keep those feet active. Use your eyes to help guide that turn. Twenty more seconds. Five seconds left. 3, 2, and 1. Weights down. We're going to do a brisk bound or side-to-side step. So again, it can be a quick step, short steps. It can be quick and long. It can be slow and long. We're just gradually moving side to side. We'll start in 5 seconds. In 2, 1, here we go. We'll be doing this a few times, so maybe use this as kind of a way to kind of get your way with this, kind of feel it out, what's happening with your body, and then you can start experimenting with some other things the next few times we do it. 20 seconds left here. Ten seconds left. 3, 2, and 1. Grab a drink if you need it. Catch your breath. And we'll pick it up with the stick. So grab your sticks when you're ready. And as we begin, we're going to do a twist as we did with the weights. So now that we're exchanging the weights for a stick, thinking more about mobility and range of motion, so you can still adjust the pace as you'd like. We're going to experiment to see if we can maybe push those end ranges of motion just a little bit further since we have the stick to assist us. Okay. We'll start in 5 seconds. Stick is at shoulder height. In 2, 1, here we go. Keeping those shoulders relaxed and down. Twenty seconds left. 3, 2, and 1. We'll be doing the stick twist again, but this time we'll be in a sumo squat position. So we're going to be wide, our toes are pointed out, and then we're going to drop our hips down. So it's going to limit how much we can rotate with the hips. So it's going to limit how much we can rotate. So again, just be mindful of that, but still experiment with those end ranges of motion to see what you can do. We'll start in 10 seconds. Decide how low you want to be and then hold it there. Starting in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Body is nice and vertical. We're not leaning forward. Inhale and exhale. 20 more seconds. Three, 2, and 1. Sticks off to the side. We're back to that lateral step or that bound. So again, tweak it however you'd like. If you want to even use weight, you can do that. We'll begin in 10 seconds. Starting in 5 seconds. 2, 1, here we go. Twenty seconds left. 10 left. 3, 2, and 1. Grab a drink, catch your breath. We'll pick it up again using handheld weights. And as we begin, it'll be in a split squat position again. So it'll be in this position. So we're going to be in a positional hold. So you decide how low you want to be. And then with weights in our hands, all we're going to do is we're going to reach across like so. Okay. So you want to try and keep that low position. So the squat, we're not coming up and down with it. We're just holding that position and then reaching across from there. Okay. So we'll start in 5 seconds. In 2, 1. Here we go. So the challenge is how narrow you are and then how far you want to reach across to challenge that balance. Twenty more seconds. Five left. 3, 2, and 1. Shake it loose. Whoo! We'll repeat that on the other side. That's a toughie. We'll pick it up in 10 seconds here. Starting in 5 seconds. 2, 1. Here we go. Twenty more seconds. Ten left. 3, 2, and 1. Yowza. In a wide stance position, it'll be an alternating diagonal high pull. So we're reaching across and then pulling up. You decide how wide you want those feet to be and then proceed from there. So it's kind of a quasi lunge as we go from side to side. We'll start in 5 seconds. In 2, 1. Here we go. So we're reaching to the floor by bending our hips, our knees, and our ankles on the side that we're reaching toward. So just do the best you can with that. Twenty more seconds. Three, 2, and 1. Side to side stepping or bounding. Can use weight if you like here. You don't have to. Just find some way to introduce a little variety to make it a little bit different for yourself. Starting in 5 seconds. In 2, 1. Here we go. It's good. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Catch your breath, grab a drink. When we resume, we'll have our bands. And the band, what we'll do is we'll side step so you can keep it around your feet. So you can side step with a tall position, or you can be low, so kind of a quasi squat. And then we'll just move sideways from there. The idea is to keep constant tension on the band. It's like everybody's almost ready. We'll start in 5 seconds. In 2, 1, here we go. So that step that comes in, you want to kind of short that a little bit so you can keep tension on the band. And then as you reach with the lead leg, try not to tilt your body. Keep that body as upright as you can. Twenty seconds left. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. You can actually remove that band. Grab some handheld weights. We're going to walk slowly forward and backward. As we do so, we're going to press overhead with the opposite hand. So whenever I'm stepping with the left foot, I press with the right, step with the right foot, press with the left overhead as you move forward and backward. We'll start in 10 seconds. Starting in 5, 2, 1, here we go. Oh, that was wrong. There we go. Take a step, reach overhead with the opposite hand. Twenty seconds left. So wake our brains up. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Weights down. Get ready for that side step or the side bound, lateral bound. Then introduce some sort of a variety for yourself as you desire. Give yourself a little bit of a challenge. We'll begin in 10 seconds. Starting in 5 seconds. 2, 1, here we go. Twenty seconds left. 10 left. 3, 2, and 1. Grab a drink, catch your breath if you need to. or as you need to. We'll resume with the sticks. So we're going to hold a lunge position. So a lunge position means this back knee is straight. So it's not bent like a split squat. It's extended, keeping more of that weight on the front leg. Then we'll have our arms either at collarbone height or overhead, and we're going to side lean from there, okay? We'll start in 5 seconds. Pick your leg. 2, 1, here we go. Again, leaning with the body. We're not swinging our arms so much. In this narrow position, it's going to be a big balance challenge. Keep those shoulders drawn down. Avoid shrugging. 20 more seconds. Ten seconds left. 3, 2, and 1. Ooh, shake it loose. Repeating that on the opposite leg. We'll start that in 10 seconds. Starting in 5, 2, 1. Here we go. Twenty more seconds. Ten left. 2, 1. Shake it loose. We're going to do a hinge next. So you can do the hinge with the stick on your spine. You can hold the stick in front on your collarbones or overhead. Any one of those is fine. And then we're just going to pivot and hinge from that position there. Okay. We'll start in 10 seconds. Give you a side view and try to do the best I can to keep good alignment. Starting in 5, 2, 1. Here we go. Legs stay straight without locking or hyperextending the knees. We want to feel that stretch. Chin is drawn in. Feeling the length of the spine all the way through the stick if you have that above your head. No matter what your angle, that stick stays in the overhead position. 20 more seconds. Three, 2, and 1. Sticks off to the side. We'll be back to that side step or bound. We'll start in 15 seconds. Challenge yourself in a way that works for you. Again, you can vary that challenge with each time we do this. Starting in 5 seconds. In 2, 1, here we go. 20 seconds left. Five more seconds. 2, 1. Grab a drink, catch your breath. When we resume, we'll have handheld weights again. We're going to do a squat to floor touch and then overhead raise. So it's like you're lifting something off the floor and you're about to place it on something high over your head. You can go without weight if you want and just rehearse the movement as well. We'll begin in 10 seconds. Starting in 5, 2, 1. Here we go. You can vary the pace as well, as long as you're using full range of motion and you're not compromising your quality of movement. Twenty more seconds. Five more seconds. 2, 1, and recover. Okay, I'll show you the movement without weights, but use weights if you can. From this position here, I'm going to pivot and diagonal press overhead. Come back to center, pivot, and diagonal press in the other direction, okay? So it's going to be a weaker feel compared to straight overhead, so adjust your weight if you need to. The further you extend that weight out, the heavier it's going to feel. We'll start in 5 seconds. Good footwork. 2, 1. Here we go. Keep those shoulders down as you reach up and across. Try not to shrug the weight up. Twenty more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Back to lateral step or lateral bound. Start that in 5 seconds. In 2, 1. Here we go. Fifteen seconds left. Three, 2, and 1. Grab a drink, catch your breath. We will start with the bands. Probably best around your feet. We're going to walk forward and backward, and we're going to try and keep a low stance position as we do that. So just do the best you can. Decide how low you can get your hips, keeping your body upright, and then proceed to walk forward and backward in the space you have from there. We'll start in 10 seconds. Again, try to keep tension on that band. In 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Keep those arms active to help with your balance. 20 more seconds. Ten left. 3, 2, and 1. Keeping it around our feet, we're going to do gummy steps. So just raising that knee up. You can walk it around in the space you have, or you can just stay in a single position. Starting in 10 seconds. In 5, 2, 1. Here we go. Again, try to keep that upper body as tall as you can as you raise the knee up. This is a little bit more random in terms of how you get the knees up based on your posture and how you're walking it. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Bands off. We're back to that side step or bound. We'll begin in 10 seconds. If you need an extra break time, go ahead and take it. Just drop in whenever you're ready. No pressure. 2, 1. Here we go. Easy breathing in and out. Stay relaxed. 20 more seconds. 10 left. 3, 2, and 1. Catch your breath, grab a drink. We'll begin again with our sticks. We'll be doing a propeller twist, which is essentially holding the center of the stick at heart level and then rotating like so. We're going to do that in a single leg balance position though, okay? We're going to challenge your balance here. We're getting pretty tired. Do the best you can. We'll start in 10 seconds. Pick the leg you want to begin with. In 3, 2, and 1. If single leg balance is too tough, then just go back to 1 foot, or excuse me, 2 feet. You can just have just a slight touch with the opposite foot as you need it. 15 more seconds. Five left. 2, 1. That's it. Shake it loose. We'll repeat that on the other leg. Starting in 10 seconds. Starting in 5, 2, 1. Here we go. Still breathing, of course. It's easy to hold your breath on this kind of stuff. Keep breathing. 15 more seconds. Three, 2, and 1. Shake it loose. With the stick, we're going to walk forward and backward, and we're going to step. Excuse me, as we step, we're going to twist in the opposite direction of the foot. So whenever I'm stepping with the right foot, I'm twisting to my left, stepping with my left foot, twisting to my right. And we're going to try to move forward and backwards in the space that we have. Okay, so do the best you can. We'll start in 5 seconds. In 2, 1. Here we go. It doesn't have to be a big step. It's the same concept we did with the overhead press. But we have a stick instead of weights in hand. Step to the right, twist to the left. Step with the left, twist to the right. Fifteen more seconds. Three, 2, and 1. Good work. Sticks off to the side, back to the bound, or stepping sideways, however you want to define it for you. We'll begin in 10 seconds. Starting in 5 seconds. In 2, 1. Here we go. Continuous breathing in and out. Coordinate it with your movements as you can. Fifteen more seconds. Three, 2, and 1. Catch your breath, grab a drink. With or without weight, we're going to just do a static hold in a squat. So we're going to try and get low. And we're just going to sit there. Okay. It's going to be incredibly boring, but incredibly challenging. So do the best you can with all the fatigue that we have on board. Okay. The weight might help you counterbalance just a little bit so you can sit. So maybe consider that. We'll begin in 10 seconds. Just do the best you can. Starting in 5 seconds. In 2, 1, and here we go. Feet stay flat. Good strong core, good strong back. Keep the head up. "20 seconds left. 10 seconds left. Excuse me, 15 seconds left. Now 10 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And up. Yowza. From there, we're going to twist and cross down. So when I say twist to my right, my left arm comes down, my right arm comes up. As I go left, my right arm comes down and my left arm comes up. Okay? So we want to make those arms counterbalancing each other as we twist. Twist and cross down, starting in 5 seconds. 2, 1, here we go. Do the best you can with your shoulders on that raising of the opposite arm. Since we're twisting, we're still looking for something behind us to get our bodies to turn. Thus the word twist. "20 more seconds. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Weights down unless you want to use them for your side step or your bound. Last time with the bound or the side step. We'll start in 10 seconds. Grand finale on this movement. Starting in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Push yourself through your fatigue. You know you're tired everywhere, especially your legs. That last grouping was pretty challenging. This is where you want to dig a little deeper. Give yourself the confidence you've got the capacity to draw on whenever you need it. "15 seconds left. 3, 2, and 1. Grab a drink, catch your breath. As we finish, we'll have our sticks in hand. Catch your breath, move around as you need. So to keep one end of the stick on the floor at about the midline of your body. Keeping your body square, we're just going to swing the arm as we hold the top of the stick. Keeping our shoulders square to begin. Finding a way to coordinate our breath with this movement. And now we'll loosen our feet and we'll let our body turn with the stick. The bottom of the stick stays in the exact same spot as it was before. One more time in each direction. Pause, switch to the other hand. Again, keeping the shoulders square, and then we'll start that swing. Every breath you take, you release tension with the exhale, and you bring in relaxation with the inhale. Loosen up those feet and let the whole body turn with your stick. One more time in each direction. Now we'll utilize the stick for leverage. If you have a wall, you could use a wall instead. 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. We're going to try and keep that back heel on the floor. And as we press into the stick, it's going to apply pressure into the calf behind us. So find that sweet spot where you can press into the stick and feel that pressure moving into the calf. The nature of your floor might affect this a little bit, so you might find a wall being a better choice. Just do the best you can with what you have in front of you. If your floor is slick, you can maybe get into this position instead. 3, 2, and 1. We'll step up, shake it loose. Switching to the other side, same concept. Whenever you're ready, find that spot. Three, 2, and 1. Keep the stick in the right hand. The same side leg, we're going to bring that foot down, heel down, pull that toe back. Then we're going to hinge until we feel a stretch in that back leg. So we're using the stick as a support along with the opposite leg. Give yourself a little bit more control with this. Again, the straighter you can keep your back, the less you have to hinge in order to feel that stretch. The more you pull that toe back will also help facilitate feeling that stretch without having to hinge too far. Still able to breathe here. And we'll gently come up, shake it loose, and we'll switch to the other side. Heel down, toe pulled back, hinge at the hips. Pulling that toe back. Three, 2, and 1. We're going to use swing. As we do this, we're going to push up with the bottom arm, and then we're just going to kind of pause and hold it there for a moment. And then transition to the other side, pause, trying to push up with that bottom arm, really trying to open up the shoulder and the ribs. And then transition from side to side. Still able to breathe in those end ranges. One more time in each direction. And with a big inhale, reach up overhead. As we exhale, bring those arms down in front. All right, good job. We'll call that done for today.